Shit.
It's cracking already, man. He gonna trick you. Stop it. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, I know. I
Hey, guys,
know.
yeah. I'll
Gotta.
catch y'all with y'all heads
Look,
down
I
one of these
know.
look,
times.
cheap into it.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
As
catch y'all one of these
always.
times so I can get some real juice, some real stuff y'all be talking. Oh,
Look,
Man,
y'all got me turning
we
bending these curves hard.
hey
we
man,
we
take your
liable to
time,
go
bro. Take your
viral. They
time.
hear some of the stuff I say on camera, boy.
Right? Let's start sharing.
They gonna be like,
Karakara.
why y'all talk about that stuff? No.
About what?
That's the nigga.
All the stuff that,
Yeah.
that we talk about, the stuff we talk about
Yeah,
when we're not
about
on here.
yeah, no.
We're gonna start, yeah. We're gonna start talking about it. Cause we just gonna fall right into it.
All these crazy. Oh my gosh, my hair.
Start sharing, y'all. We here live.
Let's go.
We're about to get the show started in a minute, so you guys kick in and share and join the conversation that we got for you today, because we got some juice for you. Always, like always, we always got something good for you.
I want to see what mess you done pulled out today.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What? What?
Good
I know you
food.
found something.
You know I got a
I
video.
know you got some foolishness. If I know you, if I don't know nothing else, I know you got some foolishness, man.
Just a little something, man. Just
Yeah, got foolishness going.
Just to put the brain, raise the ears up. That's all. That's all. Just to raise those ears, get people listening, tuning in. Matter of fact, I might be sharing y'all guys, and if I'm sharing, sometimes I'm sharing on y'all other pages as well. So forgive me if you get this ding in a second. But I got a lot to share. Anybody in the house yet? Let us know that y'all here. Give
We're
us some
about to
thumbs
jump
up.
them in
We're
right
live
now.
on YouTube. We live
Oh.
on Facebook, and we're live
Jump them
on
in like it's a gang. It's crazy.
on Twitch. Oh no, wait, not Twitch. What we on? Twitch, right? Bad boy, in the Twitch.
We on Twitch. Yep. Twitch,
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube.
Okay, cool. All right.
Oh, I forgot we was live. I was about to say something crazy, man.
Ooh, hold
I
it.
got a great topic for next week, man. Yeah, man, it's a lot going on out here, good people. It's a lot going on out here.
Oh, we lost Liff. We have
Tell
I'm
you
sure
that.
he's driving in an area or whatever, so we got to get him back in a second. If you're here, acknowledge that the fact that you're here. We want to know. We want to know. Give us some thumbs up. Give us some what's up. Speak to it. You know, it's my birthday weekend, so you know what I'm saying. Share for me. You know what I'm saying. Get some love. You know what I mean.
That's right.
That's all.
Turn
That's all I'm asking for. Right? And it's free.
up.
It's free. You ain't got to pay nobody. You can send me some money though. Cash app at what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't need your money. Yeah, I do. Everybody needs money sometimes.
No. Well, then send it to me. You send it to me, and I'll give son the fuel.
At 10%.
I give you, know, we go 50-50.
50. Go
50, man. Happy birthday to you, man. No.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
No.
That's what's up.
What you doing?
Nothing. Working.
You
gotta
working?
make this bread. Yeah, man. I got a game plan going on to get this
the location.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Happy Thursday, Jill.
Huh?
So happy Thursday, Jill.
Yeah, it's a 3-month plan, man. So that's my goal, is to have it done. Why is the old what's the name comments coming up? What the heck is that?
I know. I thought it was just on my end, but I see Jill up top though, so it's all right. I see it started over. Jill just put one, so that's good to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you see,
cool.
man.
So we can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we about to get this show started.
Oh
yeah,
and
what you gonna say?
Sunday, I'm inviting you to church, man.
I mean,
for Resurrection Sunday, man.
Yeah, that's Easter, right?
What time you can start work?
I go to work at 9:30.
Oh yeah, my church started at 9.
Yeah, 9:30 to 6 or
My
7 o'clock.
pastor
But
invited you, young
if
man.
Saturday's my birthday though, I might just kind of chill Sunday because I'm gonna do something Saturday night. I don't know what. If I just
Well, pop out on us on Resurrection Sunday, brother.
You have to send me the address and everything.
I'll send it to you. I'll show him.
All right, 5 minutes is up. Let's go. We about to go ahead and get it started. And y'all know we got something very, 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 very good at the beginning because that's what I do, baby. That's what I do. Here we go, man. Y'all ready?
Foolishness is what he got. No, let's get it.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We know.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace.
I love y'all.
Let's go. What's up, man? It's Reasons, where you tell us what you feel about the conversation we're talking about today. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We are here.
And this is Dr. C. This is the place to be.
That's what's up. And we got a nice show. We got some at the beginning I gotta give y'all a little something, man, because I get these videos all the time. What?
We gonna suffer through it. Let's go.
Cause he got something for us.
That's messed up. She said we're gonna suffer through it. Well, I mean, this one is reasonable. It's really it's 5 signs she pretending to love you.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, I got a little and I want to see what you guys' opinion is on this. All right. So 5 signs pretending that she loves you. Out here it goes.
I mean, something simple like reaching for your hand, rubbing your back or your shoulders, leaning into you just because, right? Looking at you like she actually wants you. If you're struggling to remember, that's a red flag waving in your face, because the truth is affection doesn't lie. You can fake words, you can fake smiles, but you can't fake desire. When a woman is really into you, she craves closeness. She wants to kiss you randomly. She'll sneak up behind you and wrap her arms around you. She'll find reasons to be near you. It's instinctive. Not just instinctive, it's emotional. It's real. But when she's pretending, all of that will vanish. You're the one always leaning in. You're the one always initiating hugs, kisses, conversations. And what's she doing? She gives you that awkward side hug. She pulls away when things start getting too emotional. She only gets affectionate when it benefits her or when she's trying to, smooth over some kind of fight you guys had. If you always have to ask for closeness, you're not in a relationship. She's just staying for the benefits, the comfort, the security, and maybe even just the attention. But the love and the desire and the intimacy, that's gone. Let me say it louder for the guys in the back. If she never initiates affection, she's not in love. She's just used to you. And no man deserves to stay in a relationship where he feels unwanted. Mm-hmm. So when's the last time she touched you first? And I don't mean sex. I mean something simple like...
That was actually decent, Phil. I'll say I retract my statement, brother. That was actually decent.
All right, so what do you think? What do you think? Because sometimes I find these videos for something that I've actually been through.
Everything you've been through.
I know it's like
Yeah, imagine that.
imagine that, right? I have been
Imagine that. That's real.
Imagine that.
to be honest with you, no, to be honest with you, I'm sure all of us been through it.
Yeah.
You know, only thing I know is Lip just been in a longer relationship or whatever the case may be between all of us or whatever. So, but we have been through the fact of people pretending to love you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't recognize what those signs are. You know what I mean? Because we are pretty much wanting to be comfortable around that person. You know what I'm saying? We really might be liking that person where we ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so I play that to I like to hear some of you guys.
You had to clear your throat. What's going on?
I just like to hear some of you guys. What do you think?
No, everything she said is true. When you're dealing with a person that you really like, and you care for, it is just a natural instinct with a woman to touch. Like touch is a big thing because it's not about the intimacy as much as it is the connection. So touch reminds me that you care for me and I care for you. But the problem is a lot of times with guys, they're wanting a woman to always to initiate in order for them to feel like or think that, okay, that the person likes them. They may not even like her. They may not even be attracted, but they wanting her to initiate the reality of the relationship. I am at my one of my love languages is touch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why, a part of the reason why I don't get into this whole thing about dating, because whoever I'm with, I do have to be connected to you. So even we could be sitting on the sofa. I'm still going to come and snuggle up under you because that's just the way that I do things. That's my love language. And that makes me comfortable. But if a person who may not be used to it or don't understand it, I don't need anything from you.
Right.
But the closeness and the connection to be able to have that so that I know that, okay, we can talk about anything and be around each other. Even if you're going for a walk or even in the car when you're driving, just the fact that you reach over and you may hold my hand or, we sit there and I may be leaned in having a conversation because I'm interested in what you're saying, but it just depends on the person. And then really it depends on what I really know about the person. So until I'm very comfortable with who I'm dealing with, when you are a person that touches your love language, you have to always kind of pull back because you don't want people that you're not really connected to be in that space.
Right.
Because a lot of people want to be in that space and they're not it, but they do want to be in that space. And if you show affection toward people, then you can mislead someone. So
have you ever had a guy that was basically that did show affection that you didn't because you didn't feel that way about that person?
Yeah, and we had to have a strong conversation. because the thing is this, they were busy telling me what they wanted, but they never were asking me the right questions about me. So the thing is this, if I sit down with you and I'm having a conversation with you, within 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to know a lot about you. If you're sitting there having a conversation with me and you're not asking anything, you haven't really peeped what's really going on, then I know you're not interested. And if everything is about you wanting me to do certain things to show you interest, or I need to do this in order for you to feel comfortable, well, I'm used to manly men. We're not going to sit here and just keep going through all of this. Like, I got to be your emotional show pony or something. I can't do that. So I need you to be man enough to know what you want. And when you're sure about what you want, then it helps me understand my position in a relationship with you. You can't come in and be like, oh, well, I want to hang out. And then, we hang out and your only alternative motive is really thinking that you're going to get me in the bed. And that's
get some draws, huh, Dr. C?
So that's
out.
People use
and so when that's not happening and that's not a part of who I am, because it would be terrible for you if something happened and I don't like you no more after it.
Right.
Then what? You still want to be connected, and I don't want to be connected.
Because you ain't no good.
Well, you got also people that use the word "I love you" just like just to be saying it.
So
I love people in general. So
this is the thing about the word.
People will use the word because they feel like
manipulation.
They feel like they should use it because of the fact that they are dating or seeing each other.
Oh yeah,
no, use it as a manipulation to get what you want when you're not really loving that person. So they pretending to love that person.
No.
Now I'm guilty. When I was younger, I was guilty. I'm guilty. I ain't gonna lie. I basically thought that I was loving somebody. It was saying no. I take it back. I didn't really love the person, but I did use the word or whatever. But I didn't really love that person. You know what I'm saying? And then I grew to know the person and fell in love with them. But at the beginning, I was kind of like, because we was kicking it, everything was there, our vibe was cool, and I used the L word.
You told them what they wanted to hear.
Basically, yeah.
No, they know. Basically, that's 100%. It's what they wanted to hear.
Happening.
Yeah. Well, because you wanted to ease them and comfort them and make them feel like they weren't wasting their time. So basically, that's what I said. You do it to appease them. So part of the issue that we have is as human beings, right? Have any of you ever taken the time to actually look at and figure out what your love language is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know what
you may have, but I'm just telling you in general.
Yeah.
Within human nature, people don't take the time to know themselves first and understand what your love language is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact that for me, I mean, probably just acts of service. I mean, it's not really, you know what I mean? I'm not words of affirmation and all of that stuff. I'm not, that really don't mean nothing to me because words are just that. They're words.
Mm-hmm.
So I need some action.
Yeah.
And so the problem is that a lot of people in relationships these days don't even understand themselves. So how are they going to understand somebody else?
Right.
And that's, and you're absolutely right. But the thing about the word love, LOVE, going to biblical, real quick, is that in the Bible, it tells us that we are to love one another. So we are to love our brothers and sisters, and that's it. So that is so it's easy for me to say to the people that I'm spending time with, or the people that are in my circle, that, we tell each other we love each other. Mm-hmm. And there are people that I come across and I don't know them, but if the Lord tells me to drop I love you on them, I do that, because whatever may be missing in their life at that time, just that word to know that somebody else loves them. I don't have to be in your business, but I can genuinely have a heart for people, humanity, to love a person wherever they are. And so people need that. I think the word love, when it comes to a relationship, really only should be placed in the relationship when you're absolutely sure that this person that you're with, you feel that strong about them. And then when you take some of the other things out of it, because a lot of times we say we love you because we spent, like you done already blew somebody's back out. So they feeling real happy about that. So now they love you because they can't get enough of that. But they don't love you really to know who you are, and that if something pisses them off, that they're going to still be able to love you in spite of. So I tell people, how you know if you really love a person is that if they make you mad, you can still be there in the grind with them.
Oh yeah.
You're not trying to run away, and you're not talking crazy. There's something about loving a person and having the respect that you need for them, because you don't want to mess it up, and you don't want to make them feel bad. So even though it's not copacetic right now, before we go to sleep is going to be copacetic, because I need you to understand that I love you for who you are. I think a lot of people want to be in love, and then they want to change a person to be what they want them to be, instead of just understanding you chose them because of who you saw them right then. Mm-hmm. You can't choose somebody for what you're trying to get in the future. You got to understand what you have right now.
But see, you just hit a big part of that when you said Okay, and people who don't get or don't understand that there are different levels of love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna have love for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, I have love for you. That doesn't mean that I love you I'm in love with you.
Emotionally, that's not.
Or I'm emotionally attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell anybody this, and people kind of look at me like funny, but it's the truth. My ex-wife, I will always have love for her because she provided me with children.
Right.
Do I love her? No.
Right.
Do I even like her? Not really.
Mhm.
But the point is, I will always have love for her because she was a person in my life that
Right.
provided me with a family and things like that.
Of course.
So people have to understand the differing degrees of love,
Mhm.
and what being in love, loving somebody, love thy neighbor. You know, hey, I got love for you. You
Right.
know, blah blah blah. Just because I walk up to you and I say, "Hey, I got love for you," don't mean I want to knock no boots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people got to understand that I'm gonna always have love for you. Once again, until you show otherwise, and I'm not gonna say even that I hate you. I just don't like you, and I have no love for you.
Okay. Okay. What you got, fat boy?
Oh man, so much great things said. To get back to the video, and then I'm gonna button it all up. I think having the ability to differentiate the levels of love, like Blacklift was saying, is very important. I think understanding the importance of knowing your love language, like both Dr. C and Blacklift were saying, are extremely important, because I think that a big part of that video is the flip side is that if I'm not in the position to receive that intimacy, then I will miss the boat, right? And I may still chase the woman that is not giving me the intimacy that I'm seeking, right? Because that may not be my thing, right? Or I may not know that that's my thing, right? To get into address love languages is what I'm starting to realize is that love languages are things that you've craved in your past, as well as just that you crave as a person, right? And I think that once you start to back to like what Black Lift was saying, is being able to be comfortable with self. You don't even have to always align with love languages, right? Because you understand how to use your own love language and how to articulate yourself through more than just 5 love languages, right? Which is just a basic and a fundamental principle, right? When it comes to love and how you would love someone. I think that understanding who you want to be with and who you want to be while you're with that person are probably the most important things. Because I think that it was a great video, but videos like that could be misleading because opposite, right? She may not know how to implement that level of touch, right? Because she never was shown that, right? And that's why I show my daughter a level of love, a level of intimacy, right? Not in that form, of course, right? But in the love that she will understand that it is okay for someone to love you. It is okay for someone to show love and express it through touch, right? I think that.
But how about recognizing, someone that's pretending to love you though? That's
what I'm saying. It could be like it's all based. That's what my point I'm making. It's all based on your understanding of self. Because because a girl could be giving you the touches and all of that and still not like you because she done seen that video. Right? And vice versa. She could be not giving you the touches and love you because she don't know how to do that, but she does it in other ways, like Black Lift say, acts of services. She knows you like or gifts. She know you like a basketball or football, and she send you or buy you a jersey, or that's she also showing love in that way. It may not be the love that you are particularly looking for as much as a touch, as much as that consistent being with you. Because I do agree that the woman that you're with would want to be with you, but what if she doesn't know how to do that, right? Do we automatically cancel them out? And that's vice versa, right?
Once you learn,
but they do that.
Hold on. Once you learn what yourself, once you learn about yourself, what love is to yourself, you know what I'm saying, and for yourself, you know, have you looked back and had a past that said, "Dang, she didn't love me." So from your past relationship, once you learned about yourself, what you need, and then you be like, you know what I'm saying, because you was with this person for a minute, did you realize that?
I'm gonna drop a bar. You gonna
go ahead, drop it.
I realized that I didn't love me.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
good.
I think I realized that I didn't love me enough to realize my worth. I didn't love me enough to realize when to be confident enough when not to explain myself and defend myself. Right. I was right. It was really I always say it was on me, right? You know what I mean? So absolutely.
But of course, you sprinkling because that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
You will degrade yourself before anybody else does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are going to be the hardest on yourself than anyone ever could be.
Sir.
And so that goes back to what I've been saying over many shows.
You got to be a good
until
single.
you're a good single. You will not be a good couple.
No, for real.
Until you are a good single.
Yeah.
But definitely.
Jill said at my age, I don't want to say words, don't matter at all, but I will say I definitely look at the body language and actions more.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
That's important.
Non-verbal cues.
Yep, and it's important because someone was saying to me before, they were like, well, what you say, I said, people say a lot of things. A person can tell you whatever they know you want to hear, but their actions, I'm not looking for your words. Your actions tell me who you really are. Your words is just announcing something, but based off of what you do, then that lets me know where you are, you know, if you really, really are that person that you're trying to be. Because at the end of the day, I had a friend that, you know, was mad at me, and they were talking about, well, you know, I like salutations when I come in, and, you know, when I come into the door to be great. Well, who are you talking to? Because first of all, we're not married. Second of all, you're asking me for something. You don't even know me like that. So you're asking me for something and you don't even know who I am. Like, you're not even inquiring with me about who I am, what's going on with me, what I want to do. None of that. So when a person is always talking to me about themselves, about business, and they're not talking about future and what they want to do, or even if they're trying to include you, a real man is going to talk about his future. And if you're the plan, he gonna have that conversation with you as well, because he wants you to know that, hey, I'm going somewhere, but I'm not just going somewhere. I'm going somewhere, and I want you to go with me.
Exactly.
But a lot of guys think, oh, well, you know, you need to have this, you need to have that. First of all, if you so busy wanting a woman to be on the same level as you for everything, then what do you need her for?
Right.
Because she can be by herself.
And vice versa.
You know? Yeah. Everybody, you don't. So if I gotta be a strong man as a woman, and I gotta be doing everything you do, putting on my pants and acting like you do, bringing home the bacon and cooking and doing all of that, and you just want to chill because you want to do you, then what do you need? I don't need that, because I don't have that kind of stress in my life. But you got to be willing, and women have to, and men, don't get caught up in somebody giving you words. Words is just that. It's words. It's the action of the person. There's a person that don't have to say nothing, but their action speaks very loud. Why? Because they're showing you what they're about. They're trying to let you know, yo, I may not have a lot of conversation, but understand this, you definitely on my mind. And this is how I feel about you. This is what I think about you. This is what I think about us. So yeah, we have to be careful, because I tell my male friends all the time, you get the wrong girl and she gonna tell you everything you want to hear and do nothing that you want.
And nothing that you want. And you're gonna be looking like a cold, hard, dumb fool.
No,
Boo boo the fool.
I have.
So Jill said to quote my favorite movie, "Every little thing just wants to be loved." That's from The Secret Life of Bees. I know that's one of her favorite movies.
That's a good one.
Read the next
the thing is that people that are pretending forget to pretend to love you and drop their act. Pay attention.
Ooh,
but I told her that about someone that's in our lives, that people don't understand that if the way you act is not truly you, You cannot maintain that.
Exactly.
You can't maintain that for years.
Come out, yeah.
No.
You can't maintain it for months. You know what I'm saying? Something is gonna. Everything was all hot and heavy, but then
take it back. Take it back. Some people can maintain it for years because just to get.
But they still slip up. But they still slip up. They still show signs. But by that time, you already
miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you'll find out like after a year because they accomplished that goal or whatever they was trying to get, and then they end up being who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And then you're looking like, damn, I didn't know him. But yeah, I got your point though, Liv. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
the color purple.
All right, man. Let's move it on. That was pretty cool.
The color purple.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, the color purple.
That was a good one. You did a good
All
job.
right, man. It's that time. You know what time it is. It's that time for my man with the history and blackness. My man, Fat Boy in the house. Let's do it, baby.
That was playing. All right. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for another segment of the history of blackness. I love that music, y'all. For real, y'all. This one we got another special one for y'all. This week we for real, for real. We have Marvin R. Ellison, is a trailblazing American business executive and the only African American to have served as CEO of 2 Fortune 500 companies. Raised in Bronzeville, Tennessee, in a working class family, Ellison overcame early economic hardships through perseverance and education. He earned a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Memphis and an MBA from Emory University Business School. His career began with a part-time security position at Target, leading to leadership roles at Home Depot, where he rose to executive vice president of U.S. stores, overseeing over 2,000 locations. Ellison's executive ascent continued as CEO of JCPenney in 2015, where he implemented strategies to revitalize the retailer. In 2018, he became CEO of Lowe's Companies Incorporated, later assuming the role of chairman in 2021. Under his leadership, Lowe's has enhanced its digital capabilities and operational efficiencies. Ellison's contribution have earned him accolades such as National Retail Federation's Visionary Award and the McGowan Fund Ethical Leader of the Year Award. His commitment to ethical leadership and diversity continues to inspire future generations in corporate America.
That's what's up. Of
That's
course,
good.
Another good one, man, by you. Hey, and the funny thing is, I didn't even know. I seen him in the commercials. I just thought
thought he was a worker.
I thought he was a worker.
Yeah, man.
For the daggone, he owned that motherfucker. What the
heck? He a part of it. Definitely
good, man. I like
yes,
that.
He is. Yep.
You've been digging. What do you dig? How do you even find it? You just digging deep, ain't you?
Well, I Google, of course, and we Google everything, but I actually found him. I have some interviews of him on my YouTube page, because what I do is I'm in and out on it, but what I do is often I try to listen to a CEO once a week, right. Some type of CEO interview.
Nice.
And so I started with African Americans. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up in Blackstone, and I'm all over. I've been all over the place, but I started with him. I started with I got another sister. I'm gonna do Robert Johnson's ex-wife. Mm-hmm. She owns she owns luxury hotels all over the East Coast, and she's really doing that. Yeah. It's so when you start to do your research, it's so many people out here really getting to the chicken, and people we do a lot of history, but it's people living today that you'll be shocked
which
that like, oh,
for the viewers to see and learn or whatever, so they all know, you know what I mean? Because they don't get a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot of stuff on TikTok and Instagram or whatever of people that's not of color that's trying to, you know, tell you know, white folks are trying to tell you how to do it and stuff like that, when you actually have black people in the business and doing the thing or whatever, and need to try to get some sort of information from them, you know, that type of thing. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, man. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother, on that one.
Let's go. Let's go. I got you.
Let's get into this next one. How do you respond to adversity in a relationship? How do you respond to adversity in a relationship? Fat boy, I mean, because you know how you do. You be bringing up some of these gems, so we gonna see what you're thinking on it. It's on you, man. It's on you.
That's a good one. No, I'm gonna give you both. I'm gonna give you how I used to respond, and I'm gonna give you how I've learned to respond now. Originally in a relationship, or in any relationship, or any confrontation, when I would face adversity, I would either do two things. I would either flee or confront, like defend. I would never take the time to properly adjust my thoughts, take a deep breath.
Right.
I always just seen red. Okay, which was just not the way to do things. What I've learned now is that the biggest mistake that I made was not taking a deep breath, right? Taking the time to think before I spoke. Blackness says it all the time. Learning the power, learning how to listen, to understand, instead of to listen, to respond, I think is the key thing to adversity in a relationship, especially when it's things you don't want to hear. I think the key, what I've learned in therapy, is that when you learn that even in the things that you don't want to hear, there's information that you need that you can use to benefit yourself and to grow, you start to look at things a little bit different. When you also begin to stop being so high on yourself and be a little more humble, you start to realize that people have a different opinion than yours as well, right? And the key to having adversity, right, or a rough patch, is that two people have met at a point and they've met a challenge, right? Either I don't like this and you don't like this, or we both can't come to an agreement. The issue that most people have is when we come to the disagreement, we don't have, one, the love enough for ourselves, two, the love enough for the relationship to be able to say, hey, how can we meet in the middle? How can we talk to each other properly, right? And speak to each other and verbally express our concerns, our admirations, and our issues or challenges that we have within this relationship. I think that it goes back to what Black Lift said. Another key to responding well in the adversity is just learning how to be a good single, right? And learning how to know who you are and what you are and what you can take, where your emotional capacity is, right? Because before you jump into any adversity, you really need to do this checklist that I just gave you. If you do not, you're not even prepared for the conflict, right? You're not even prepared for the adversity.
Yeah, in real time though, when it comes in, sometimes you get caught up.
Absolutely. And I'm learning, and it's challenging
ahead of time, because sometimes when you get into a heated moment or whatever in real time, you're wanting to be right. You know, the other person, you know, is either not. It's not saying that the other person is wrong, but they're not. You feel like they're not hearing you because you know that you're right about something. You know, and I've had that bad feeling, because I passionately get upset when I know that I'm telling the truth about something, and I know that you're excuse my French, but I know that you kind of messed me over. You know what I'm saying? And then you're coming back, so I'm already on the defense. You know, instead of me thinking like, dang, maybe I just need to just chill for a minute and then come and then bring it back. You know, but that is a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So basically, my thing is practicing that.
Yeah, you got to practice in real time. And so what I've learned is, I think my therapist said something maybe a year ago that began to make me cognitive. She said, what is your end goal? Right? We talked about this. What's the goal? What's the goal of emotional intelligence? What are you looking for? Because when you meet the adversity, you need to be focused on the goal, right? So if the goal is to be a better person, if the goal is to grow, then when I meet the adversity in real time, I'm going to adjust. Even if it's hard, in real time, I'm going to challenge. Sometimes, just recently, I got into not even an argument, a debate with a young lady, and she said some things I didn't like, and I just cut her off, right? And she said some things to me, and I caught myself going back with her, and I had to apologize and check myself because I allowed her to pull me out of my own character, right? And so I said it to say that I'm not above reproach, right? It happens in real time. You're going to react, right? Because you do. In some situations, you resort back to the behavior that you were before, the person you were before the adversity. And so what I'm learning, and I continue to practice along the way, is every time an altercation, down to in traffic, right? When somebody cuts you off, down to that, just learning to be like, all right, let me catch my, you feel me? Because that's practice in real time. Yeah. Because when you get into an adversity with someone you love, you could take out the challenge, you could take out the frustration from traffic on them.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying, and not even mean to project that kind of energy onto them.
But yeah.
But what you're talking about, Fat Boy, is it's the clinical definition of what happens when we're upset. Yeah. You go to one or two things, either fight or flight.
Fight or flight, yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the clinical definition of fight or flight. So this kind of intertwines into what we talked about last week about the silence. For me personally, silence is what keeps me from going into fight or flight mode.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to end up, I'm not running away, but I'm going to end up saying something that is not right. And something that, something that you say in the heat of the moment, sometimes you can't take that stuff back.
Yeah, most of the time.
You know what I mean? Because
learn, right, Liv?
as someone says, you may forgive, but you'll never forget.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if you say something so just downright dirty and despicable, and it's like, okay, then the fight's over, and to go into what Fat Boy was saying, what's your end goal? Is your end goal to win, or is your end goal to enhance your relationship?
No, so with that, for a lot of people, their end goal is to
win. Yeah,
and that's my point. Yes, if your goal is to win, then you can just say any nasty thing you want to say.
And that speaks to, that's why people have a lot of problems in relationships, because your end goal is to win. It's not to understand. It's not to be able to have a conversation and be able to have a little debate. Hearing what that person says, they're hearing what you're saying. The octaves and levels don't have to go up. We can just talk about how we feel based on our opinion, but people have to understand everybody have different life experiences. So because your experience has been one way doesn't mean that's the same experience that I've had, no matter what. You have to be able to allow people to share whatever they want and willing to share with you based off of their life experience, because everybody don't have drama in their life. Everybody ain't going through turmoil. Everybody's life is not horrible because they have to deal with whatever they have to deal with. But when you have somebody that they're thinking that, oh, I got to win, my reason for, the argument is to win, then you more focused on how you look and what you want than you are focused on what you want in a relationship and the person that you're dealing with. If you're wanting to be with that person, you can't be going back and forth. I'm telling you, any relationship I've had, we don't go back and forth because it's nothing to go back and forth about. I'm not going to change my point of view. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. If you get crazy, then guess what? You got to be crazy somewhere else because it can't be here. But I'm not going to be going back and forth with you because you trying to prove a point. First of all, then you have to show me that you have a level of respect for me. Because if I have a level of respect for you, that I'm not going to say certain things, I'm not going to do certain things to snatch your manhood away from you, then you got to understand, just because you are a man
Right.
and I'm treating you like a king, you don't have the right to try to diminish who I am as a woman.
Right.
Absolutely.
So when we doing all of that, then that means that I'm not for you, and I'm okay with that.
And I'm
okay.
Yeah.
Dr. C.
And it's funny. Jill and I had this same discussion today, and I was talking to her about this, and I was like, you know what? It's not that I'm arrogant or I want to be right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you're not going to change my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My opinion is my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to change it.
But yet you still have to come to a level of
right. We'll understand, but
each other in order to move forward. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, I think once Blacklift have stated his opinion and Jill can hear that, you know, there's just a level of respect that you have for the person that you with when they're telling you anything. Because we can tell a person that we care for a lot about us or things that we're dealing with. But if the person is not mature enough to handle what you're saying, and really, if y'all think about it, the reason why a lot of people get upset because they're not mature enough, intelligent enough to handle what you got to drop.
Right.
They're cool when they're dropping, but when you really come to drop and say, hey, this is where I am, this is what's going on with me, they want you to be flying all over the place, acting like something totally different than who you really are, and they can't handle your truth. Right. But if I got to let you tell me what my truth is, then I'm not living the life that I'm supposed to live because I'm so busy worried about how you feel and what you telling me I need to do. So if
who's got something going in the background? I keep hearing something.
Oh, that's
Granny having
back there.
But you know, but that's the thing. So we have to we got to be very careful, you know, about how we handle our relationships, and then don't let somebody just try to snatch the life out of you because they don't have the capacity for you.
Exactly.
You know, just don't do it. If you see that a person is always trying to get you trying to manipulate you, talk you into everything that they want, or trying to make you always see everything that they see the way they see it, and you can't be yourself, or you got to walk on pins and needles about, oh, I don't want to say this because they're going to be mad. No, if I got to do all of that, then you're not my dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Not your girl. That's it.
And I think you said something. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You said when facing adversity, I do not react. I take time to think and work through that. Work through what I'm really feeling. Is it prideful, selfish, unheard? What am I really feeling? Then I respond.
All of the above, Jill. Most of the time, that's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm feeling all of the above. I'm seeing.
But what I'm asking is that something that you, in real time, is that something that you're actually really thinking in real time?
Bro, if you don't, you will lose it.
Yeah.
This is something I'm learning. If the moment you don't see where it's coming from, you're gonna shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Because you already like, hold on, you tripping. You feel me? You already once you in that hold on, you tripping mode. If you don't be like, is the tripping coming from my pride? Is the tripping coming as my feelings hurt? Right? Am I selfish? Right? Where's it coming from? Am I feeling unheard? Because guess what? Whatever reaction come next is from the unheard place, the selfish place, the prideful place, the hurt place, the angry place, the frustrated place, right? All of these different types of anger, that's where your reaction is going to come from, right? So I think that, and this is something I've learned, you're not going to get it right every time because you're a human being.
True.
But I think that as we begin to be cognitive of it and realize like, damn, where is that coming from? The cues in your body, like, was my chest tight? Was it my stomach? Right? Did I get tight in the shoulders? Did I tense up? Right? All of these things are things you need to be paying attention to. Do I get hot? Because sometimes some stuff make you literally physically hot. Your body start hot. You get hot. Then other things hit you in your stomach. Some things hurt your chest. Right? We need to know these things because that is the way we able to properly guide through these adversities. Because if not, we speaking from a place that is not truly our authentic selves in the moment. It's either it's our younger selves, it's our broken selves, it's our hurting selves, and that's okay. But understanding where it's coming from is beneficial to your growth.
Well, you know what? One of the things that I think would help a lot of people if we don't take it personal when somebody is telling us their truth. Because I look at it like this: you didn't grow up with me. I didn't grow up with you. We got different parents, different experiences. I got everything's different. So the only thing that I can do is just really truly understand what you've had to endure or go through, what your life experiences have been. And when I understand that, then guess what? I don't have time to be sitting there being upset or being mad at you because you're just speaking truth. But you can't spill it over into me to try to alter who I am in order to fit what you wanted to fit. Because I watch people get mad, and I know that they change. I could say something, and a lot of times I just say stuff just to say it because one, when I know a person is trying to get a reaction out of me, it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna say something totally opposite that'll make them be like, "What?" Exactly. Why did she do that? You know, she ain't even in. Because one, if I'm telling you something, I don't have time to be dishonest or not be truthful. So if you ask me a question and there's nothing happening, there's nothing happening. You know what a person does that know that you are always digging for affirmation, you're always digging for self-reliance, you're always digging for somebody to give you information that you can feel like you got something more than what you had before. When you're that person always digging for something about people or a person, they're going to give you whatever you're digging for if they're trying to get over on you. Exactly. And then you'll be sitting there thinking, oh, I thought I knew that person. No, you were digging and they were dishing out. So since they know you digging, guess what they do? They come and throw new dirt on top of the old dirt. So you think you hitting the bottom, you ain't hitting nothing. You still on the surface because all they doing is throwing dirt on top of the dirt and you shoveling what they just threw over. So you have to not take things personal, and you have to be willing that when people say something, if a person really cares for you, they're not going to say nothing to hurt your feelings.
I put down some of the they're pretty much like some of the effective ways to overcome adversity. And one is one we did speak of, the resilience together is the ability to bounce back from adversity stronger than before. Couples who actively work on building resilience can navigate challenges more effectively. You guys agree with that?
I do.
If you just kind of like go in your corners and then maybe come back and continue the conversation later.
Well, I don't. So I'm opposite.
Come back. Sometimes though, when you come back, it's kind of like you forgot what you really were arguing.
Look, and that's the whole thing. So I don't. If whatever I have to say, I'm gonna say it. I'm not saying anything disrespectful or trying to downplay a person. But whatever I'm gonna say because I am that girl. Give me 2 minutes. It's over with. If you come back to something and you trying to talk to me, I don't have nothing to talk about because I have completely forgot. Why? Because if I truly care about you and I'm concerned and I'm in a relationship with you, I'm not taking anything you're saying to me personal. I understand we all have stuff that we need to sort through. And if you're sorting through whatever you're sorting through, you can come in the house and you bugging out about something that happened at work, but you come in the house on the wrong side.
Right.
And you got to figure out how to deal with the side that you were just on because it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I can say what I need to say and I let it go. But if you come back to me later on, I'm like, what? I don't even have time to talk to you about it because I completely forgot about it. It does not, it doesn't mean a lot to me.
Yeah. Other steps too is seeking professional support. Couples often find it challenging to navigate complex issues independently, even when they are strong. Life difficulties such as losing a loved ones, facing miscarriage or conception challenges, dealing with a job loss, financial trouble, or encountering physical and mental health issues can induce significant emotional stress. In times of particular stresses or dramatic experience, it may be helpful to seek guidance from couples or counselors, from a couples counselor. And that is another thing. Sometimes you get so overwhelmed and you don't understand like the things that we're talking about now. Some people, it's hard for them to focus on that, to even think that part ahead, where it is good to get some sort of counseling to practice those type of things or whatever. You know what I mean? So of the things that we're speaking of.
Well, you can go to counseling before you ever get married. I think sometimes.
Well, I mean, it don't have to be a marriage though. You don't even have to be married. You can be a couple.
I think you should be. I think you should. I honestly feel like you should do therapy before you get into a relationship. Yeah. I think that, or be in a situation to where, like Black Lift, understanding exactly what you want, understanding exactly what you need, right, and then also what you're willing to accept, right. He when we talk on the show, Black Lift was sure. Right, he may not knew where it was coming from, but he knew what he didn't want. Right, it was a blue. We talked about that on the blueprint. Right, at least you got to come in there with that, and then also enough understanding to realize, okay, I may have operated this way last time. I'm gonna try to do it this way this time. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta have enough sense to you, right, even before you go to therapy. Because what I learned in counseling only just sometimes validates people's ignorance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to accept the fact that they got to meet in the middle, right? And so because I seem put together, because I'm not yelling, right? Because I'm all together, right? In therapy, that could seem like, oh, and in the opposite, the other person in therapy, that could seem like one person is in control and one person is out of control, and the person out of control lacks emotional intelligence, but it really could be vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Because this person just knows how to betterly contain those things and manipulate the situation. And so I think that couples counseling or counseling for yourself prior to would be better. Because sometimes if you ain't ready for couples counseling, you ain't gonna make it. I'm telling you.
Right. So like Jill says, find the right counselor. It's not a one size fits all.
I agree.
Find someone you feel comfortable with.
Yes.
But the crazy part for me is that my counseling was 29 years of a messed up first marriage.
That makes sense. That's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, during that time, I figured out, just like, you know, everybody else says, I figured out what I wanted, what I didn't want, what I was willing to accept, what I would not accept. You know what I mean? All that stuff was like pounded into my head by the end of that first one.
Exactly.
So and unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't. I want to say they don't have that capacity. I mean, nobody really wants to go through a long bad marriage to figure out what to do in your next marriage.
I mean, even with the relationship that I've had or whatever, I know exactly what I don't want. I know exactly, you know, if I'm single right now, I've learned to find out, especially from the short marriage that I've had, the short relationships that I've had, you know, and basically use that as the tools of knowing what I need and what I want, you know. Although, you had your counseling in those on those years or whatever the case may be, you know, it's also good for us of single people that's out here or whatever to learn what it is that you really want and what you don't want, you know, because from the past relationship and not falling back into the same, because it's easier to fall back into the same as a single person now because of the manipulation that people does to try to get you to be with them. You know, people try to do it just for the comfort of being with someone. And so they will agree to the things that I may say that I want and I need. You know, they'll agree to it, but their actions after a while will be a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? So, so I agree with you, Fat. I mean, a lift on that. You know, although, like I said, I'm practicing now from the things that I've learned from either, you know, you guys. So, you know. Rob's in the house. What's up, Rob? Says,
what's up, chat?
You know, again, everybody has to. You got to know what you want and don't want. You got to be good with yourself, and don't take stuff personal. Like it's really not that serious. You know, and my thing is this: you can be mad if you can stay mad for a long. If you stay mad more than 10 minutes, something's wrong with you. There is nothing that serious in this world outside of death or a family member, something happening is devastating for a person to really be that upset about. I don't get it.
I was mad 20 minutes the other day for leaving my shoes at the house. So I'm still working on me. I'm talking about, and it's so funny you said that, because I had to tell myself that, like, it's in different words, but I'm talking about furious, like I'm on fire.
But you know what? But
having to navigate through that, it's like,
you know what you do
serious.
when you do that, all the energy it takes to keep that kind of negativity up. That's the crazy thing. It takes a lot of energy to stay on a level of being that mad or upset about something. And then guess what happens when we're negative and we're throwing negativity on ourselves? Your blood pressure goes up. Your body is taking the hit because now it's getting attacked in every which way. We don't know how it's going to work out for us. So now you're storing all of this negativity within you, and you still ain't figured out how to release it and let it go, because it's not really making a difference.
Right.
It's really not. So if we're gonna have a conversation, let's talk about whatever we're gonna talk about and move on. Because I'm still wanting to laugh. I still want to talk trash. I still want to be able to say I love you and go to bed. I still want to be able to do whatever I want to do. And your demeanor should not have shifted and changed. Just because I say no, I don't want to go with you because you're going someplace, you should not have an attitude for a whole week.
Yeah,
because I did not want to go.
If you're like that, it's obvious that you don't need to be with that person.
100%.
Yeah. So part of the issue when it comes to dealing with adversity is that, unfortunately, and I want to commend Dr. C, Fat Boy, and Fuel for the fact that y'all have not just settled.
Right.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's y'all different, but there's a lot of people out here that just settle.
You're right, King.
And they settle and they feel like, man, I'm not gonna get nobody else. I'm never gonna have nobody. So what I'm gonna do is F it. I'm gonna settle. I feel like my love can change them. I can change them. And you know what? Ain't that much love in the world. You can't change them.
Nope.
They're not gonna be nothing different than what they are. Once again, people only do to you what you allow them to do to you.
Ooh,
so you keep settling. I mean, that's the problem. People settle. I look, I hate to say it. I have people in my life now that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think when you're used to being it, it also sometimes determines, like, when did you actually start really dating, hanging out with people to be in a relationship, the age, and why were you doing it? A lot of people get into relationships for different reasons. So you have to really think about, why are you really in the relationship at the time that you're wanting to be in a relationship? Right. Some people just can't handle being by themselves. So they will deal with somebody just to say they have somebody.
But they'll never admit that.
No, they don't. But then you have people, that have never been married and not been married because you don't want to, or you couldn't have got married, but I'm just not going to settle because you good. I'm not good because what I see or what I desire or what I'm looking for, we have to have some alignment in how we think and where we're going. So I can't be on a two-way street and then you decide to do a U-turn.
Right.
Because I'm still heading the direction that we
were going. Yeah.
Now you want to do a U-turn because somebody got you tripped up over there, or you think something's better, or you just think that, okay, well, I can just do whatever and I can take us on this drive, but I can take us on the drive and be all over the road or do a U-turn, not realizing that the way that you get to the destination that you're going is that you got to go together. But you got to be on the same field. You got to have the same plan. You can't get in the car and you got to play for turn left and they got to play for right. You got to say, okay, this is what we're going to do and do it. Men don't understand. Women really in a relationship, if you are a great man, a good man, a godly man, a woman is going to do whatever she needs to do and allow you to lead and support you. She's not going to give you a lot of flack. because you understand if he's a good man, he's going to do exactly what he needs to do to maintain and take care of whoever he's chosen to be with. But if you are a brother that is undecisive and every time you turn around, you don't know if you coming or going, and if you got this or got that, then a woman that's smart is not going to follow you because you can
she gonna retreat.
You can have, look, I've had several friends that have been in that situation where they've been with guys and the guy is not stable. He's only stable based off of what she has, but he's not stable on what he can bring to the table. So everything they do, he's trying to run the ship and he don't have anything to run the ship with.
Right.
But they get caught up and stuck with them because they like the way he looks, or he just lying to them, and so he continues the lie, and you stay with the lie because the lie still sounds good, even though I know the truth about you. But I'm gonna stay there because it sounds good.
And
so
again, the only reason they stay is because they're either just comfortable with that person or they don't want to take the chance on finding the right person for them.
No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It ain't even comfortable. It's the fact that the intimacy. The biggest thing for women, the biggest thing for women is this: if a man can put it down,
okay,
that makes them have the ones of. It ain't even comfortable.
No, yes, they're comfortable with that person because that's the person sexually, yes, having good sex. So they don't want to go outside of that. You know,
no,
whatever that this person is giving them because they, like you said, putting it down on them.
Yeah, but the thing is this: a lot of women, even though they deal with that,
they're not comfortable all the time.
They're not comfortable.
I get what you. Yeah,
I'm saying they're comfortable within the relationship if they stand in it.
No, not really. So what Dr. C is trying to say,
this is like a guy.
They just be having.
This is like a guy. So if a man who may have somebody at home that he's digging, it doesn't mean that she's a bad person. Something's wrong with her.
Right.
But the reality is she's not giving him everything he thinks he wants or he think he needs.
Right.
So what he does is he's going to go over here and play with Jane and Sally and Susan and all of that. Right. And what happens is this: no, she knows that he's not everything that he should be for her. But because she enjoys the intimacy, she puts up with the shenanigan because one, she got her own stuff going. And this is what men, I'm just going to give y'all some real game right now.
Don't drop it on us. Don't drop it on us.
Women don't care like y'all think we do.
Like what? Like you mean?
As far as what you have and don't have and all the intimacy things. Why?
I just was telling Marlon this.
Can go and get it anytime. We got they put toys out there. They put toys that listen to me, Black.
Yeah, I hear you, but
they put things out there for women to be able to handle themselves.
True.
Okay. So if a woman can do other things, it is not necessarily that she really needs the man. She does it because she needs to have somebody, a companion or friendship. And so when women settle for a man that is always telling them one thing and doing something else, she's already moved on. This is why people don't realize if I know you're not good, I'm doing my own thing. So I'm not really tripping about you doing whatever you're doing because I'm going to do what I need to do.
Right.
But if you come and I'm like, okay, I want to be intimate, then and I say, okay, I want intimacy, then that's what I'm going to do. But it's not that I'm comfortable with the person. It is just that I'm doing what I want to do. And now you just happen to be a person that's a body.
Right.
So there's 2 points that I want to make about what Dr. C said.
Yeah.
Number one, which I've told Jill this, and I'll tell anybody this. Anybody with any sense knows and understands. Vagina rules the world. If a woman wants to get laid, I don't care what she looks like.
She can get it.
If she walks out and walks down the street and talks to 10 dudes,
even
if she ugly, 9 out of 10 is gonna be like, all right, but don't tell nobody.
No, for real.
Right.
Slayer too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's number one. So regardless of what anybody says, yes, you're right, Dr. C. If a woman wants to have intimacy, any woman can get it anytime they want to. Point blank, period. The other thing is that there's a lot of people that unfortunately, that was a saying in my mind that kept me in my marriage for 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with the crazy you know and not the crazy that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Stick with the crazy that you know and not the crazy you don't know. Because I know exactly how crazy this person is.
But I don't know how crazy that person is.
Burning up my car, burning up my clothes, burning my house down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people get kind of trapped in that situation as well.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
What did Jill say? What'd you say about it? My daughter always asks me, why do men pretend to be someone they are not in the beginning? She feels manipulated all the time when she figures out who they really are. Exactly. That's what we said earlier.
But you just got to have, I think for especially young girls, if you got a mother or aunt or a grandmother that has been around and they've been through some things, you got to really sit down and have some conversation with them.
Yes.
Because when you got mature, seasoned women in your life that is not about the foolishness and crazy, they going to give you information that's going to help you flourish for the rest of your life. You cannot not be a woman that have integrity and have your head together when you have seasoned women around you to have those conversations. Like, men and women do some of the craziest things, and I've watched women do things to my male friends, and I'm thinking, how are you putting up with her? And
because he a cornball, and we've all been there.
Because vagina rules the world,
and
dudes can't get it like that. So when they get one that's willing to give it to them,
they gonna keep her and hold on to anything. No facts.
Yeah. Nope. And she can be as crazy, or he can be
exactly. It don't matter.
They gonna deal with it, but
exactly.
It's crazy.
Rob said it. I just told my ex wife. He says new guy friend looked like her dad, and she's furious. So women do care what certain people think.
You said her new friend looks like
her dad.
Her new boyfriend looked like her father.
That I've had people do that.
Me too.
They get involved with people.
Jackie Petty is here.
Yep, because that's what's comfortable for them. That's what they, it's familiar to them. So they do get caught up, and they can end up with somebody like their father or like their mother. Yep, that happens.
She can be mad, Rob, but that don't make it not true.
Yeah, let's get into dear brothers and sisters. I did have a video for that too, because that's what I do. Dear brothers and sisters, do you feel it's a good time to have children based on current society? But let me play this, guys, because I think you're gonna have some good opinions for this after I play this. So let me put this in here.
Then play it.
Then play it. Don't rush me, man. Here we go. And this is my boy Eddie Griffin.
Not Eddie.
Yeah, we know Eddie.
Eddie.
In the house. Okay, did I put it? Wait a minute, did I put it? Oh, my bad.
Is that you need to be making at least 130K a year, and you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make 130K or more, then you are out of my 26 to 35 is the age limit. Okay, I feel like 35 is pushing it because they look old as fuck already. You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name, and you have to be looking into getting your second property. Have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own room. So you have to be considerate. Purchase a house that has 6 rooms.
Can we just say that this little motherfucking stanky ass is delusional? Not only is she used goods, she's 26 years old, 26 years on earth, and used and abused 3 children. How many baby daddies? You forgot to tell us that. And how come them motherfuckers ain't paying for them goddamn kids, bitch? Them ain't my kids. I don't owe them little motherfucker shit. I didn't get none of the pussy to make them little motherfuckers. So why the fuck I gotta pay for some pussy I did not get? And first off, you little chunky You're a little chunky, so don't be talking about you need to. No, you need to get in the gym. And then, how long is them pussy lips, huh?
Eddie.
Hey, get a hold of Eddie, man.
Eddie.
Hey, Black Lip, come get your cousin.
Look,
And come get Eddie too.
Look.
You know he did not hold back, man.
No, he let it all out. But
so
he absolutely damn right though. She have lost her whole entire mind.
100%.
She's smoking.
Like what? But this
fresh cocaine from Colombia.
But this goes back to that video. Remember that we had last year when the one where the girl goes out, they go out to dinner, and she ordered food to take back home for her kids.
Yeah,
she ain't even ordered a meal for herself. She getting meals.
Oh yeah, she was like, that's for Lil Dre. And no,
it's like,
Lil Dre my ass.
So this is my thing. This is why guys are, women that are single women that are raising their children, doing what they're supposed to do for the most part. When you have a young lady like that, she's 26. Child, you ain't even lived yet.
No.
You 26 with children, so you haven't been nowhere. So you're trying to hold a man to a standard that you're not even on yourself.
134,000 in a 6-bedroom house for you and your kids is not about it.
Good time to have children based on the current society, because if you have a mama like this and the mindset of like that at the age of 25, you don't need to be raising no kids.
I think Black Lip was more talking about political climate, but definitely.
Yeah, that's what Black Lip was talking about. But that right there, she's
crazy.
She lost her damn mind.
And the reason I played it was just to make a point of how this young generation thinks.
But you know why they think that way? They're thinking that way because just think about when we were, well, you're not going to be in this, Fat Boy, but just think about when we were growing up. Mm-hmm. And when we grew up, we didn't have the TV to be sitting under all day. Right. We didn't have the games. We didn't have a lot of the things that they have right now. Right. And then we wasn't able, in order to see somebody professionally doing something, you had to buy a ticket to go somewhere to see a person perform. Yeah, right. You had to have a TV that could get the right channel so you can watch a good movie. Mm-hmm. Right. You had to be able to be around people that lived a certain lifestyle so you could be exposed to that. Mm-hmm. So you learn how to build relationships because that's what we had. And you were not trying to be somebody that you were not, because even the people that you saw and you had relationships with, they were not allowing you to do something or be somebody that you wasn't. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, we have so much exposure with social media and people trying to floss and act like they have this and have that. Right. For a 26-year-old who has not yet lived life, got 3 kids, and you trying to tell somebody what they got to have to be with you. First of all, you need to get focused on you. The nerve. Because that means you're insecure. That means you're looking for somebody to come and take care of you. Mm-hmm. You don't have it. So if you don't have it, how are you requiring somebody else to have something you don't have?
Yeah. First of all, she need to get them tubes tied if they not.
I know, right?
That's number one.
That's crazy.
That's number one. 3 kids at 26 and probably 3 baby daddies. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna put that on her.
At least 2.5.
Oh, definitely at least 2. At least 2. But
you said I need whatever she's.
Yeah, she's delusional.
No, I think if you have, it really depends on.
But you know what?
Person,
there's a sucker out there though. That's
absolutely.
It is
the herb
to go with.
Yeah, but again, it goes back to what Liv said.
Vagina rules the world,
and that
shout out Herb Nation. Well, you can. It's so funny, y'all. Me and Marlon was just having this conversation, in the sense of on both sides of it. Right, I was telling him that grown women don't even talk like that. First of all, she got her own van for her own 3 kids. Yeah. Let me let you know that, right? She already getting her own chicken, right? She already got her own 6-bedroom home for them little rascals, right? Mm-hmm. She's already making $134,000 a year. So she, like Dr. C said earlier in the show, right? She began to say that men don't understand. I was just telling Marta this, men don't understand that real women ain't looking for that. She looking for you, make sure that you got a job, you got your thing together, you got some type of purpose, because she knows
a plan.
Addition to your life, y'all gonna exceed 135,000 homes, three cars. And the fact that she was thinking so small, but thinking she was belittling somebody,
right?
She didn't say a Roth IRA. She didn't say, you get what I'm saying? She didn't say an investment right?
In housing or
no.
franchise or laundry mat. She was talking about stuff so she could look like she was popping. So right off the dribble, off the bat, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, and Dr. C was saying earlier. You already know that she is a fraud, right? Yeah. But like Black Lip was saying, there's so many men who will ignore that she's a fraud because she's somewhat okay looking and she has a vagina, like Black Lip said, right? A dude gonna do more than that. He's gonna match that, and he gonna raise it by 2-3%.
Look,
right?
Look, everybody gotta understand. Well, everybody gotta understand, and I tell anybody this:
a long-lasting relationship, either way.
Yeah, but what people gotta understand is that there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's true. Can be chubby as hell. It could be dudes that love chubby chicks. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a baby chubby chaser. I like chicks.
I keep it a buck. My wife already knows, but hey, baby, you cool. I like thick chicks. I always have.
Chubby chase.
You know what I'm saying?
Call me Chubby Chase.
What pisses me off is the hypocrisy of this girl.
Yeah, she lost it.
The problem is that, so I told y'all, like, when I was dating, right? And, you know, I was on Tinder and all these profiles. I literally had women that like would message me and turn me down because I had custody of my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But these women with these 2, 3, 4, 5 kids expect a dude to go out with them and just be cool. I just had custody of my one son, and women was just like, nah, I ain't finna deal with no baby mama drama. So basically, that lets me know that you a sour ass baby mama. So you perpetrating the same drama on your baby daddies.
Yeah.
So that's why you're not willing to deal with it, because you know what you finna do.
But I think you know, just I
respect and understand and really kind of admire that in certain men when they are raising their kids because of what the mother either went through or didn't do or whatever the case may be. Even those that shares the custody, you know what I'm saying? The knowing the fact that you trying to be in a relationship with someone else, or you talking to someone else or whatever, and they know that you got kids these days, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them is not the same, like you said, like you happened then, Lift. I know what you're talking about, but a lot of them these days are more mature to the point knowing that, you know, how times is or whatever, and the guy taking care of, they love that shit.
Well, not everybody, because let me just keep it one.
Yeah,
there's some women like that.
Yeah, let me keep, because I had somebody that had a child, and my reality is this: my children were grown and out the door. And so when you're talking about smaller children, first of all, it's a different how I was raising mine compared to how a lot of these people are raising theirs now. Everybody don't have the same discipline. And a lot of people think that, okay, I'm gonna let my children speak their mind, and speaking their mind means they're talking to them like they grown. And you're not grown, you're still a child. So until you really understand how to properly, you know, make sure that there's boundaries within the relationship with you and your child, and that if you're going to be in a relationship, that child needs to understand there's certain things that should not be happening when you're trying to get to know a person. So for me, I don't want to be in a relationship.
Exactly. That's a choice. If that's a choice of not to be involved with somebody that have kids, then that's the choice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you have people that basically have even kids the same age as the kid that you probably raising or whatever, and feel that it's okay and it's cool and they respect that. But if you're just basically just feel like, oh, I raised my kid or whatever, I don't need to have them, then you shouldn't even be with that person anyway.
Well, no, because a lot of times, Stephen, when your children are already gone and out the door, or they are of age where they pretty much are self-sufficient, sometimes the people that you're dealing with that's trying to get you to be in a relationship with them, the first thing they say is, well, you can't nobody discipline or say anything to my child. Well, if you feeling that strong about that, then you might not need to be dating or dealing with anybody at all, because nobody in their right mind is going to let a kid come before them or talk crazy to them when you're trying to get to know a person. It's like this. If
going to talking to anybody, if you already know that you don't want that person, if you already know that this man got, I don't care, you first met him and y'all talking on the phone, y'all just met on the internet or whatever, y'all talking on the internet, and he says he has kids. After that, it's kind of like if you in that space of okay, he got like a 6 or 7 year old, then that conversation shouldn't be going no further.
Yeah, but how many people do that? The thing is this: a lot of people don't do that. They will go with the flow because, again, they thinking that I can ease my way in. As I'm easing my way in,
I can ease a kid out.
I can, exactly, and that's
it ain't happening over here, homie.
No. So Dr. C, here's my problem. And like Jill can attest to this. In my profile, I literally put I'm a single father of one. And just so you guys know that my son will always come first. Okay. And I put that out there. Now, here's my issue. You could have just as easily swiped left, but you took the time to swipe right and then come in and try to insult me.
Yeah. Because you seen something you
what?
Liked, whether he was handsome or he, had a good
exactly.
You seen something you like.
I was cool looking, but I got a kid, so
not even go there. Exactly. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. The other thing is it was something else I was great. It was another point I was gonna make. Oh no, I have a friend that basically, and I ain't saying no names, but they basically
it's you, ain't it?
No,
yeah.
No, it's not me. No, absolutely not. But no, they were just telling me about, a person that they met that have kids, and it's a guy, he has his, have kids, and they have kids. So I just asked them, well, how do you feel about, because basically this person, even though y'all get along and everything is cool, how do you feel about raising his kids as well? Because at some point in time, that man is looking for someone to be a part of his kid's life with him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he got custody. So he's not just doing it just to be friends and just for us to kick it and go out or whatever. You're going to have some sort of responsibility to be with that person and their kids and doing these other things or whatever, And so I asked her how they feel or whatever. And she's like, they don't feel, that ain't really what I want to do. Or I don't know how I feel about that. No, then you don't need to be with this person.
Right. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
And that's the thing. I think you have to understand, depending on where you are in your life will determine how you feel about you. I've dated and, they've had children and I treated their kids like they were my kids. So it's never been an issue for me. But now when I think about it, a lot of people, are older having children, their children, I'm 60. So now their kids are just 18. My kids are grown. So when you're talking about that, and then the way that they are trying to raise them or whatever, and they make it a point to be like, I want you to be in my life, but one thing we can't do, I don't need you for nothing else. No, that's not true. Because guess what? When you're not around and your child needs to be picked up, who you calling? Me. Because if their parent if their mother can't do it, you're going to call me. When they have dates that they need things to happen and go through, you're going to want me to participate. You're going to want me to be a part of it.
If the kid is sick, you got to take him to the doctor.
Hello.
You got to take kids to the hospital. You got to do, what? Come on.
You got to put those things in mind and
if you act like that, I don't want you around my child. I tell people that all the time. If you can't understand that, you can't be around my child.
Of a person that's raising their kids. Period. It's like we have to be in consideration. Most of the women I've talked to had kids already. And I basically made them part of, or tried to be there for them just as well as I am for my own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was my mindset going into it. But if my mindset would have been like, man, she got kids, I ain't trying to, be a daddy to her kids or whatever, then you don't need to be with that person. You don't need to be talking to them, period. So That's it, man. Although we didn't get really too deep on if it's a good time to raise the chick.
It's a bad time. Let's keep it moving.
It's a terrible time. If they talking like that, keep your
right. It's terrible.
Keep your loins.
Anytime you have a child is a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you're blessed with a child, though, it's always a blessing.
Anytime you have
but
one.
Now, don't be going out here sleeping with women that talk like that, though.
Yeah, don't.
As long as you prepared, that's cool. As long as you can take care of them, that's cool.
Yeah.
But once again, my number one saying is you have to have a license to drive a car, but you don't need one to ruin a human being.
Come on.
Cool. Yeah.
Delisa said it takes a village.
And she's right. It does.
Yep.
Never think that you're going to get in a relationship with somebody and you're not going to be a part of that person's
life.
Or you ain't going to be a part of this village.
Exactly. Or you don't be in the village.
The village closed.
Yeah,
right.
Facts.
Hey, man, that's going to do it for us today, man. I appreciate you guys, as usual. Yeah, tell me happy birthday, y'all.
Happy birthday, Phil. Happy birthday.
I wanted to have it on tape so I can,
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
It works at what station is that?
It's K Nunya business.
Right? I appreciate you guys, man. Good topic, good show. What you got, Fat Boy, before we leave?
Oh man, you know I love y'all, and dear brother, dear sister, Black Lift been cooking y'all, so we gonna need y'all to go ahead and send us a 30-second or 1 minute video or audio clip to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. And I want y'all to have a blessed day, man. Have a great time, and I'll see y'all next week. We in this thing.
Oh, so now I see who's on there.
Now all the happy birthdays coming in.
I see Aunt on there. Rob, thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
For the birthday love. What you got, Liv?
Hey, as always, one person tell another person, tell 2 people, tell 3 people, tell 5 people. We need to get more people in here. I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all.
You know, as I said, too, brother. Likewise.
As I said, hey, just be a nice person.
Come on, right?
It don't cost a dime to be a nice person. That's all.
And
that's all I'm saying.
These videos.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Happy birthday.
All right, and of course, the last and the love. I got to hear the females. So.
It is always good to be here and to be with you all. The conversation is always great, and prayerfully somebody has learned something. They will take something back with them and use it and spread the love. And then everybody just bring somebody else on. The deal is for us, not just us having a conversation, but we need the audience, the people watching, to be in the conversation too. That's what makes it great, because it's not just our opinions, but it's also other people's opinions and joining in. So whatever you do, be good to yourself, stay true to yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself. Until next week, we are out of here.
That's what's up. And again, and remember.
If they talking about behind your back, they behind you for a reason.
All our illusions will get the parade, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Hey.